it's Bri from Create with Bri. Welcome to my second YouTube video. I'm so excited to be sharing with you guys my planning journey, and I'm thankful for anyone who's already subscribed to my channel. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload from me. Today I'm going to be doing a flip through of my planner, and if you're interested in seeing what's inside, make sure you keep watching. Okay, so let's get started. Firstly, this is the A5 saddle agenda from Cloth and Paper. I love this agenda. I had the GM LV agenda for a really long time, and I always told myself I'm not going to use another agenda. I'm going to keep this thing forever and use it forever. But now, I'm starting to get into different things, and I want to have variety. So I picked this one up and invested in this one. I really love it. The leather is just beautiful. The texture of it is great. It's great quality and it's really well made. So I love having this, and I definitely will be investing in some more of their agendas in the future. But for now, I moved into this one and I'm loving it. So I'm excited to show you guys my setup. So let's open her up and take a look. Okay, so as you can see, my planner is super stuffed. I have a section for everything in here. Right now I'm trying to focus on just having one planner, and the idea of having multiple planners right now just overwhelms me a little bit, so I just have this one for now. And so over here I have just a montage of different deco things that I collected and put in here, and I really love the way that this looks. It makes me happy whenever I open my planner. So I'll go through all of these things with you guys. This is the Ollie clip from the Cloth and Paper subscription box where they collaborated with Ollie Clip. So I really love having this here in case I need to use it in my planner, and just it adds a little bit of decoration too. So like having that there. These two bows are from Scheduled Planner. It's an Etsy shop where she makes these cute bows, and so I have these here for decoration. This bow is from Happy Planner, as well as this page here. This is from the Wild Style collection. I have some planner quote pages here. These are from Cloth and Paper. And then I have just a sheet of the teardrop, the black teardrop stickers from Cloth and Paper here as well. This hexagon is from Fancy Plans, her Marble Dreams box. And so I just put my name. This is a sticker from Alicia Michelle XL where she hand letters your name and turns into a sticker. So I just put my name sticker on top of the hexagon just to personalize it. And so that's how I have this little deco section, and I really love it. Again, it makes me super happy whenever I open my planner. So let's get into the meat and potatoes, all of this here. I have the dividers here that I'm using are from Cloth and Paper. They're the glass dividers, these ones, these side tabs here. And I just used my label maker to make these sticker labels for each of the sections. I also have some top and bottom tabs, and these I'll talk about when I get to them because they were a little bit of a DIY project. So this first page is the ink stain dashboard that came in the Cloth and Paper subscription box. I really love it because you can feel the texture of the ink stain, and it's like having a piece of artwork in your planner. So I really like having this as the first page, and it also helps to protect all the other pages because it's nice and thick and sturdy. Another dashboard, Cloth and Paper. So this first section here is my inbox section, and I use this as a wet erase board, and the marker that I use is this one right here. It is a non-permanent water soluble marker, and it's a fine tip, and I really love using this because I like to reuse some of my pages or just try to conserve paper as much as I can. And so I'll reuse this where I can wipe this away with a wet cloth. And as you can see, I can rub on it, it doesn't come off, and it doesn't come off onto my pages either. And so I just use this as a wet erase marker board where I can just jot down messages to myself, things I need to remember. And I can always wipe this away whenever I need to reuse it. So that's how I use this. This is a little pocket from Cloth and Paper, and I have their August planner card inside here. This actually is a clear card, and I put some white paper on the back so that it's easier to read it. And I just have a few things to remember here for myself. I'm a pediatrician, and so checking patient results when I'm on call, things like that, I'll jot down here so that I don't forget. And when I'm done with this, I can just wipe it away with a wet cloth. So I really like that that whole concept. And so this is a inbox dashboard from Cloth and Paper, as well as some of their sticky notes. So the message sticky note and then the memo sticky note. So that's how I use that section. The next section is my schedule section, and it's broken up into yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. And so that's how I plan my schedule. So this is another dashboard from Cloth and Paper, and I really love these because, again, it just looks like having artwork in your planner. So love that. These top and bottom tabs were a little bit of a DIY project. These were actually Happy Planner dividers that I I bought them from the store, and I cut them down to size. I hole punched them, and I used acetone to take the color backing off of them. So as you all may know, Happy Planner has a lot of different colorful dividers, and I wanted to keep all of my dividers clear, and the top tab dividers from Cloth and Paper were sold out, and I really wanted them like right away because I'm impatient and I wanted to really get my planner all set up. So I went to the store and bought some Happy Planner dividers, and I cut them down to size, hole punched, and then I used acetone to get the color off of them. And I got that idea from Square Plans. She has a YouTube video, which I'll link in the description, of how she did that, and I just followed the same steps and the color came off perfectly. So I have these top and bottom tab dividers, and that's how I made those. And so the first section is the yearly section. This is another dashboard page from Cloth and Paper. It gives a magazine vibe, and I put that over the Kobe Bryant quote page. So I really love the way that that looks, and the texture of some of their pages is just really nice. This feels almost like a fabric, so I really love having these pages throughout my planner. This first section is the yearly section, and firstly I have a year at a glance page here for 2020 and 2021. This insert is from Square Plans, so she has some just simple black and white minimalist inserts in her Etsy shop, so I have some of those throughout my planner. And so this is more of like just a year at a glance insert where I can just keep track of important dates. So doctor's appointments, weddings, conferences I want to go to, vacation time, and these tabs are from Cloth and Paper. And so I have some of those throughout here, and so this is where I can just jot down important dates. I have a insert where I keep track of birthdays, so all of my family members, friends, co-workers, things of that nature. I have birthdays listed here. And I have a similar page for anniversaries. And these inserts, you'll see a lot of these inserts as well throughout my planner with this style. These are from Crossbow Printables. So she was one of the first minimalist planner companies that I started buying inserts from. Really love her designs. You'll see a lot of her inserts in my planner as well. So this is an anniversaries page where I keep track of those. Another Cloth and Paper quote dashboard. Can never have too many of those. So I have another one here. Again, this paper just feels really nice. The next section is my weekly section. This is a section that I use the most because I'm more of a weekly planner. I don't do a lot of everyday planning just because my work days are pretty streamlined and they're pretty much the same every day, so I don't need to have a daily sheet for every single day, especially days that I work. I typically just do daily planning on days when I'm off, and I have a lot of different things I need to do. But again, my work days are pretty streamlined, so I tend to just stick to a weekly insert for my everyday planning. So this is a monthly dashboard page. This is from Cloth and Paper, came in the subscription box as well. And I was really excited when they included the 2020 vertical weekly inserts in their subscription box. And I believe they're gonna do that for the rest of this year because the 2020 inserts were sold out when I went to buy them. And I already have the 2021 inserts, so I really wanted to start using this layout now. So I was excited when they included that in the box. And this has a cute quote on it from Shirley Chisholm. So So I just really like this whole look. It's just very chic and very on trend right now. So I really like that whole layout. So the first page and each of the sections, or each of the months really, is a month at a glance page where you can have goals, which I have some in there, important dates, things to do, and you can do bill tracking here. And the first page is a monthly layout. So I have my monthly tab here in the middle here, just so I can quickly flip to it if I need to. This is a habit tracker. It's actually from a sticky pad. This is from Cloth and Paper. I actually took one of the pages and laminated it so that I can reuse this when I want to reuse it. So I'm going to use this to just track different things. So each month I can do a different thing that I'm tracking. Right now I put 30 minutes of reading daily. So I'm trying to read every day. So here I can track that. I haven't really started using it yet, but I'm going to be starting to use that soon. And then I have my monthly layout here. Let me just open this so I can take this out so you can see a little bit better. So I have my monthly layout, and here you'll see a little bit of color coding. I use these tan dots just to indicate birthdays, these light green dots to indicate paydays, these darker green dots are for days when I'm on call. I have these gray dots here for days when I'm off. And I write in any important things like meetings, appointments, that kind of thing. Write those in and put use a highlighter or a mild liner highlighter to highlight those things. So that's what this is here. And so that's how I use my monthly layout. And then the next section is when you get to the weekly layout. And so I just highlight the week that we're on, put some quick priorities for the week. And then the way that I'm using each day is I have multiple social media platforms that I run from my blog. And so I'll just use these dots just to keep track of things I want to post on Instagram for the week. And then I started writing in my workout plans with this gray dot. So this is color coded. So these gray dots, I started doing my workout things in there. But what I found is that on the back of this insert here, this half sheet, this is from Cloth and Paper as well, I can write in my workout things there. So I'm going to start doing that instead of using a tab on my actual weekly insert for that. And so this is another page from Cloth and Paper. I laminated it and hole punched it again so that I can reuse it. So here you can see I wrote in what I ate for the week, and my water intake, and then on the back I can put my workout stuff here. So instead of writing it in on the page, I can put it on here. So that's what I'm going to start doing for the next week. But I mainly just use this to keep track of things I need to post for the week, any important things that I need to be working on, so like different things for work or things I need to pick up, that kind of thing. And so this is my weekly insert. And so you can see this week is pretty much almost filled out except for today. This is Sunday the 9th, so I haven't filled out anything for today yet, but that's mainly how I've been using this so far. I may tweak it a bit where I write out the things that I need to post for my Instagram pages a little bit differently. So this is a little bit of a work in progress, but this is just how I used it this past week. And so we'll see how next week plays out. And then I just highlighted, these are little circle stickers from Cloth and Paper. Days that I'm working, I'll put that sticker on the day. And then my off days I left blank. So there's a method to my madness here, but that's kind of how I've been using this. A lot of color coding and using stickers in different places to indicate different things. And here you can see I highlighted Saturday and Friday because I was on call those days. So I kind of understand the whole setup here. And so that's all that really matters, is that it makes sense to me. But as I mentioned, I have different colors for different each of my different platforms, and so what I need to post for that day. And then I had a doctor's appointment here, so I just highlighted that and put this cute little sticker. This is from Happy Planner, one of their sticker books, so I put that there. So not a lot of decorative stickers that I'm using throughout my planner. It's more of a function and being minimalist. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm on right now. So I'm not doing a ton of decorating, just more so focus on being functional and focus on productivity. So I haven't planned for next week yet, so I'm gonna be doing that today. And so we'll see how that goes, and we'll see if I make any changes to how I did the week before. So, you know, it's a work in progress. I'm trying to get my whole vibe going and how I want to plan each week down so that I can kind of be more streamlined. So I'm working on that. So I have 2 months worth in here. So this is August, and at the end of the month, you have a notes page. So you can jot down notes for the next month or notes from or reflect from August. So then I have September in here. This is a quote from Serena Williams. Love that. So the same setup. So you have your month at a glance. Then you have your monthly insert and then your weekly. So I have just 2 months worth in here for now. The next section is my daily section. Don't use this section that often, only on days when I'm off. And I have this morning mindset half sheet here from Cloth and Paper. Just has some really good questions here just to help you sort of framework your day and different things you should reflect on each day. So I really like having that there for when I do my daily plans. And so again, I use this as a wet erase board. Use that same marker and I'll write down my tasks for the day, goals, emails, calls I need to make, notes, and things I didn't get to finish so that I can plan for those accordingly on another day. But I use this again as a wet erase board. So I'll write things down with my marker and then I'll erase it at the end of the day. And again, I don't use this layout often because I don't typically do daily plans every day, just on days when I'm off. Okay. So this next section is my finance section, and I'll flip through it. Right now there's not anything written in because I wanted to do this video before I started using it so that you guys can just see how I do my finance planning. I probably won't be sharing a lot of this section in the future because I just think it's very personal. But I did want to show you my setup in this section before I started writing in it, or before I moved all of my finance data into this section. This is a Cloth and Paper dashboard. Again, that very nice textured paper. This is a nice gray color. I do have some of these title insert pages. I made these myself on Word. I just found a font that I liked and printed them out. So that's what those are. So again, these are any of the inserts that sort of have this design are from Crossbow Printables. So I have a lot of her inserts in here. This is her yearly financial goals insert where you can kind of just keep track of your goals for the year from a financial standpoint. And then on the back of this, I have her annual financial review page. So I can reflect on the goals that I set for the year at the end of the year and see, what things that I did good, what things that I need to work on, and just have a way to keep track of meeting those goals. This next insert is one that I made myself just because I didn't find an insert that worked best for me for financial planning. So I just made this insert myself where I can keep track of due dates. So I start from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. I'll write down the bill, what the bill is, the due date, and how much I'm budgeting for that bill for the month, or what the bill price typically is. So I'll put that there. And then this insert is one that I use often. It basically allows me to keep track of my finances or my expenses for the whole year. So I have this cute work in progress half sheet from Cloth and Paper. So as you can see here, I can write those same expenses from my monthly budget page in here in order from the beginning of the month to the end. And then I have a row for each month of the year. And what I do here is when I sit down to pay bills, I'll write in the amount that the bill was. And I can do this for each month of the year. And then over here, I have an area for sinking funds. And basically this is a section for things that are due annually. So For example, my Pandora radio that I listen to at work, I have the premium subscription and it's due in March, I believe. So I'll write that down here. And so that when I'm doing my March bills, I can account for those things that I'm only paying annually as well in my expenses, so that I don't forget, you know, that a large lump sum is going to come out of my account or anything like that. So I can plan accordingly for that. And so I'll write down things that are due annually or quarterly here. And even I can also throughout the year save a little bit each month leading up to when that bill is going to be due. So that's just a quick reference to just keep track of things that are due annually. So that's how I use this section. And I keep this here so I can easily flip to this section. And we go to the next page. This is also a page that I made, just a debt snowball page where I can keep track of different debts, like any credit card I need to pay, student loans, things of that nature. I'll write down the account here, the interest rate, and what the beginning year balance was. And at the end of the year, I can write down the end of the year balance, so I can keep track of those things. And then these are inserts from from crossbow printables. And these are just another way to keep track of those same debts. So here is kind of more of an overview. And then here I can break down each account and do more in-depth planning of paying it off. And so you can put your starting balance and you can keep track of your payments and the dates you make payments and then how the balance is changing throughout the year. And so I'll plan to use these to further break down like my student loans and things, so I can keep track of paying those off. So I have a few pages of that here. And then I also have an emergency fund page. So I plan to have my personal emergency fund and then me and my boyfriend's joint emergency fund and keep track of those things here. And so I plan to use this to just keep track of how much is in the account, as well as if I make a purchase. So say, you know, I need to get new tires for my car or something like that, I can write it in here and then subtract how much it costs out of the account. And then I can also keep track of putting money into the account. So that's how I plan to use this page. And I have some savings trackers. These are very similar to the debt tracker or debt payment trackers. And so what you're saving for, how much you need, what's your target date of when you want to have it all saved by, and then you can keep track of how much you're saving with each transaction. So I have a few pages of that in here. And then this page here is just a wish list page. So different things that I want. So I have a few luxury bags that I want. So I'll put, you know, luxury bags and then write down the ones that I need, the price that they are, where they need to be purchased from, and check them off as I get them. So I plan to use this to write down some of my wish list things that I want. This next section is my home and family section. I do live with my boyfriend, and his 2 kids are with us full time for now. And so I use this section to just kind of keep track of things regarding them, like school or just family things. So this is another one of the cloth and paper dashboard sheets. This one says there is luxury and simplicity. Really love that and really believe that. And so I have another one of these title pages that I made. So there's not much in here right now, but once the kids go back to school, I'll put their school schedule and things of that nature in here, or anything regarding my boyfriend and his job and work will go in here as well. So I have a page for family and kids, so I'll put those things in between here. And this is the home management section. I just purchased the Fancy Plans home management subscription box, so I'm excited to get that. I plan to put all those inserts in here when they come. This next section is wellness, and so I am using this to track things regarding my health and fitness. So I have right now I just have these on some sticky notes, but my morning routine and nighttime routine, I plan to tweak these a bit and then do a more permanent listing of each of these in here. But for now, I just have these sticky notes here of my morning and nighttime routine. And then this section is a blood pressure log. I have been tracking my blood pressure because I am on blood pressure medication. for high blood pressure. And so this section is just one of those yearly inserts from squared plans that I use to track my blood pressure each day and when I take my medicine. And so this next section is self-development. And so here I plan to do a lot of just goals, writing goals, self-reflection, those kind of things. And so this insert is from Crossbow Printables. It's her 5-year vision insert. And so I plan to fill this out and do some yearly goal planning. So it's a front and back page. And then this is where you can further break down those yearly goals. So this is more of a general big picture 5-year vision. And then you can do some more specific goals for the year. And this is front and back, so you can have 12 goals here. So you can even do one for each month. So you can write down goals on those pages and then further break down those yearly goals into quarterly goals. So you can do a full quarterly review, and then you can put your quarterly goals here. So I really like her whole sort of process with goals planning, where you can start generally overall long-term goals, then you can make goals for the year, that's the current year, and then you can further break those goals down into quarterly goals, and you can do a quarterly review. So I have 4 of those here. And then I have a reading list. So as I mentioned when I was talking about my monthly tracker, how I'm trying to read for 30 minutes a day, I'm going to start writing down the books that I'm reading here and keep track of the list of books I'm reading. And then I have this page as well where I can do quick little book reviews of the books that I've read. So these inserts are from Crossbow Printable as well. The next section is a faith and gratitude section, where I plan to just keep track of like Bible reading and journaling, that kind of thing. The only insert that I have in here right now is the Crossbow Printable Bible reading log. And so she has all of the books of the Bible where you can keep track of your reading. You can kind of check off each section as you're reading it, or you can use this in any way that you feel would be helpful for you. So I have this here, and I plan to use it to track my Bible reading. So she has the whole Bible broken down there. And so right now that's all I have in this section, but I plan to put some filler paper and other things in here so that I can do some faith planning. The next section is my work and continual medical education section. So as a pediatrician, we're lifelong learners, so we have to do different educational conferences and things to keep up to date with our medical knowledge. So I plan to keep track of those things here, as well as any licensing things that I need to keep track of, and any particular things for work that I need to keep track of. So I have a section for work and a section for CME. Right now there's not much in here, but I plan to just put those things in there when they come up. And the next section is, or the next few sections are regarding my blog and my social media platforms. So this first section is just brand administration, where I just keep track of general things for each of the different branches of my blog and my social media platform. So in this section, I'll just keep track of my blog finances, keep track of just general information in regards to my blog. So that's what this section is. And I do have another inbox. I have a separate inbox for my blog and my social media platforms from my personal inbox section. So I have it set up the same way. I don't have a clear divider dashboard on top here, but I'll probably get one that I can put here so that I can reuse it, or I'll just write on the sticky notes and just replace them. But I have this vellum dashboard, and this vellum is so nice. It feels so great. And I have this, just has a little flower on the back there, so that kind of sets up a little bit of a design. So I am kicking myself because I forgot where this is from, but I'll make sure I put it in the description box. So I have that there. Then I have another one of these laminated sheets. This is a half sheet from Cloth and Paper that I have here that I'll reuse. So days when I'm doing a lot of blogging work, I'll kind of keep track of what I need to do for the day. I can circle which day it is of the month. And I can also here, I can break down all the different sections of my blog and things that I need to do. So I plan to use this in a bunch of different ways. So I like that this is pretty versatile where you can use it pretty much for anything you really want to. It doesn't have titles and things, so you can kind of make it your own. These are from Ellermon Paper Co. These are some of their inserts for keeping track of income. So I plan to use these to keep track of income for my blog and expenses for my blog. And financial review for my blog. So that's what these are for. And then I have a section for each of the different platforms that I run through my blog. The name of my blog is called the Bri Spot, and it's a fashion, beauty, lifestyle blog. But now I'm starting to get into being more active member of the planning community. So I created a section for Create with Bri, which is more of my planning, DIY, creative outlet. And then Style by Bri is a monthly virtual style subscription that I started, and so I have a section for each of those branches of my blog. So this first section is the Bri Spot, and for each of these sections I have the same inserts, and I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to use each of the inserts yet, but I put each of the same inserts in each section. So I'll go through one of the sections, and then I won't go through the other two because it's essentially the same inserts. So this first page is a dashboard from Cloth and Paper. It says Boss. Really love that whole vibe. Again, it's this very great textured paper. It feels like fabric. So I have that there. And then the Bri Spot, another one of those title pages that I made. And I have some monthly overview pages, and these are from Crossbow Printables. I plan to use these to keep track of my posting schedule. So for when I'm going to write blog posts, what I'm going to post on Instagram that day, I plan to use this to kind of plan out or do an editorial calendar for each of the sections of my business or my blog. So I have a whole year's worth in each of the sections. So this is front and back. So I have 6 pages, and so there's 12 months worth here. So that's what this all is here. And then I have these really cool timeline inserts. These are from Ellermon Paper Co. And I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to use these. I think I'm going to try to use them to do like an overall big picture planning for each of the sections of my blog for the year. And so I can kind of write, you know, maybe themes for the month or my overall goals for each month throughout the year, so that I can sort of do more overall planning for the year for each of the sections of my blog. So that's what that insert is, and that's a front and back. Then I have these progress trackers, and so for this section, this is in my blog section, so I plan to write down different blog posts and keep track of, you know, when I'm brainstorming for it, when I'm writing it, when I'm editing the blog post, and when I'm going to post it. So I like these inserts because you can pretty much make it your own and write down and use this however you want. So that's what I plan to use this for in this particular section. That's front and back. Then I have a few different list pages. These are from Ellermon Paper Co. as well still. And I plan to use these to just keep track of different lists for my blog. This is just another design of a list page or list insert. This is another page from Ellermon Paper Co. I'm not sure how I plan to use this, but maybe again to break down each of the months and different themes for the month and my different goals for each month regarding this section of my blog. So again, not sure how I'm going to use this, but I have it in each section. And then I have a few pages of the Cloth and Paper Cornell Notes pages, and so that's what the rest of this here is. So I plan to use this just to take notes and brainstorm for that section of my blog. The next section is for Style by Bri. That's my virtual style membership club that I am in the process of getting off the ground. So I have those same inserts for this section as well. This is another cloth and paper dashboard. This one says Legend. So I have that one here. Another one of those title pages that I made. And again, the same section. So I won't go through each of these again. It's basically the same inserts that were in the previous section. And then the last section is Create with Bri. That's for this channel and my Instagram page. And so I plan to do some planning for that as well. And so this dashboard says Iconic, again from Cloth and Paper. Another one of those title pages that I made. And then the same inserts that were in the previous two sections. So again, those monthly overview pages, which I plan to use as an editorial calendar to write down my posts for the day and my videos that I plan to work on. That timeline sheet, which I plan to use just to do general overall planning for the year. And then those progress trackers, so I can use this to keep track of even making my YouTube videos. And those list sheets again, a few of those. And then the Cornell notes. So that's what this is. So all of this is the Cornell notes. And then this last page is the, this is a Cloth and Paper dashboard. So again, I like these because they're like artwork in your planner. So I have one of those here at the end, just because it's a nice thick texture and it can just protect the pages. And then this folder, this was a Happy Planner folder that I cut down to size and hole punched, and the back of this had some color on it, so I just put a white sheet there, and so I can just, you know, put things back here, stickers or things that I need to keep with me at all times in my planner. And then back here, I just have some filler note paper, and then a little ruler that I can use just to draw straight lines if I need to. And then I have my favorite pen here, the Precise V5 RT Pilot pen. So this is my favorite pen that I use. So I keep one of those here. Okay. And that is everything inside of my planner. Like I mentioned, it's super stuffed, but this is a nice sturdy planner, and so it holds everything really nicely. And I have everything in here, so when I'm planning, I can just grab this and grab my little pen pouch, and I have everything I need. Okay guys, so that was everything that was in my planner. I know this video was a little lengthy, but I just wanted to make sure I walked and talked you guys through everything that's in here and why it's set up the way that it is. One last thing I wanted to talk about are my task cards. And so I know that is a very popular wave going on right now where people are using task cards. So I have a few that I made myself, and this is a little mini planner. It's really cute, and it holds basically credit cards size cards. And so in here I just keep track of my task cards. I actually got this from Fancy Plans, and so I'll link that down below. I believe you can also get this on Amazon, so I'll link both of those down below. But that's where I got this one from Fancy Plans, and it's just a cute little planner. It looks cute with this one. It's like a baby and a mama. But this is by where I hold my task cards. And the task cards that I have in here, I'll take some of them out so I can show you. And I use these throughout my planner, just things that are reoccurring, or to keep track of different things. And so like this one has like cancel, reservations, chores, school, schedule, work. So I can place these throughout my planner wherever I need to. And when I'm done with it, I can just put it back on the card. But these cards, I got these from Dividers R Us, and so they're just a thin, clear credit card size card. And these tabs are from Cloth and Paper, and I used some of the Happy Planner handwritten plan stickers on here just because it was just quick and easy. I can just pull a sticker and place it on here. I plan to make some additional task cards where I use my label maker, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. So for now, these will do, but it just has different things that I need to do frequently, so that I don't have to keep writing it down. I can just pick up that tab. Like I picked up a prescription a few days ago. I just put this on that day so that I remember, so that I would remember to pick up that prescription. So I have a bunch of these that I made, and I keep them in this little card holder here, as I mentioned. So I have a few other ones that I made in here, and so that's what I plan to use this for, and keep this with my planner. And when I'm doing plans, I can just quickly use these if I need to use them. So just wanted to share that with you guys as well. Okay guys, so that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing more videos from me. And I look forward to sharing more with you guys. Take care for now.